Let me show you. So. Before we begin, I would like to get some questions. Get people who will ask questions in the meeting. So, if you have a question, you want to ask anything, because when we start, we shall be having people from the US as well in the meeting. And we don't want to go like that. Right? Yes, so, if you have no questions, very good. 1 hour, if you can, everyone will take out. So, you can ask me any question now. Or you understand everything? No? Yes. Oh, that's an easier one. Now the harder one. Yes, we do. And are you done, Masiba?
I can go get the
yeah, just get a book for me. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Let me say those are the kind of questions I want. Don't ask technical question about IT. Because that's an IT question. You understand what I mean? Because a real select is not CBNFS, right? So the questions you'll be asking will be more related to real select. Okay? What we've done is you are in groups, right? So we're going to open those groups. And when one has a question, you put your question there. And you find somebody else that already overcome that problem, then somebody will help you. Because I have never been evaluated by CBNFS. And therefore, I have not gone through step to step, right? I only try to answer the general question. Like, once you do your account, then you have to log in. You get that? You create your profile, then you log in. That's the time you start filling in the form. Okay, any other different question now related to see to real select? Yes.
I just wanted to know the assignment time frame once somebody has started the process.
Okay. Are you able to get? How soon are you ready to do the exam? It depends on you. Then after one person, we will answer those questions. Those are questions I can answer. But I wanted to question. Okay, we're going to be seeing the president of Real Select here on the screen. And don't ask him about questions which can be answered by God, right? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ask questions like, if I come with my family, where will I live? See, something like that. That's a good question, isn't it? Who is going to ask that question? And clearly, for an American to understand. Anybody? That's one question. Now go for Americans. Okay? Yes. Yeah. Yes. That one I can answer. That one I can answer. Because they cannot answer that. Those are their questions for Lombo. Because they will tell you, oh, you take care of your children. Which is you will, by the way. But if your husband is a police officer, tell him to start planning an answer. Huh? Yes. That is the your chosen the best profession. Yes. Yeah. Do you want to ask that question in a loud voice for everybody to hear? No, I want to answer that question when everybody can see. Okay? It's too enough for a lot of people. But quickly, are you familiar with Are you familiar with something called God? You are taken to school for government. Do you take it? How is it? Yeah. 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 We don't. It's not like we're not amazing. I've been saying that. I know. You know, some of you know. We are rehab select. So you're coming to work for us from day one, and you're going to be seeing nurses who will be working with you, and you'll be just a nurse. Yeah. So not have yes. No, ask. I want you, Victoria, right? I want you to ask that question loudly and clearly. Where will I stay when I come to America? Leave it there, okay? And then let somebody else answer, right? Yeah. Okay, so Victoria will have a question. Okay. Testing 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it's getting better. All right, that's good. So that's one question. Another question. Oh, okay, that's good. No questions. But maybe questions will come after you hear all this stuff. So will I be seen? Where will we be seen? I don't have to. Right? Just send it. No, I mean there will be seen the number. Yeah, there, just there. So we had 100 people coming. This is the end of you are still coming. The Kenya time, right? Yeah. There's a Kenya time. Yes.
How many hours are
Well, how strong are you? You see, what happens is you would be assigned by your nurse manager 40 hours a week. But the nurse manager can turn around and say, hey, what's the name again? Oh, another one. Eva, I've been communicating with you like forever. Yeah, so Eva, you can say, I have time for more hours. So the nurse manager can give you even 20 more hours. So you end up doing and even 70 years. Oh yes. And it's paid more higher than some places, sometimes it's paid higher than the normal. If they have shortage and they ask you, they pay you 1.5, they will pay you 50% more than what you normally get. And then, because you're getting a, what you call green card, you can walk to our neighbor hospital and get a job. First time. What do you call it? Local. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, louder. Oh, come and walk for that big enjoy. Come and walk for that big. Huh?
We work for you for around 3 years.
Yes. It's a contract.
That is just the contract.
The contract. But we want to stay in that. Yeah. And after that, you can go wherever you want to go in America. And after 2 years, you can be, after 5 years, you can be a citizen. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, you would. Somebody, yes? Transport to where? To what? To work to school. Okay. Transport arrangement, that's your own pay. Transport arrangement, that's your own pay. You're supposed to be buying. How many people have cars here? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, not you. How long did it take you to buy a car? Just a year? Okay. You know what I can do? I can promise you by 6 months you'll have a car. And if you will not have a car, then come to me and I'll give you a car. Yeah, nobody. We have not started, by the way. This is just meet and greet. Okay, Eva will answer you. Get this.
Okay, after we go to America, we have been work for them after that. We work for them for 3 years. We wanted to work for them for 3 years. That's how you're going to be back to them. So you not go there and look for another job elsewhere. You have to work for them for 3 good years.
Explain what a bond is.
You are going to be bonded.
Not loan.
Bonded, like the way when you work in the government, for example, if you apply to go back to study, you usually told that when you go back to study, you must come back and work for that country for the next 2 years. So there's nothing that will be deducted from you, but you have to work for them for 2 years. That's what it is by bonding. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. That was not that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there room for career development?
No, we don't talk of career development. Career development. Yeah. No, you don't give time. People don't leave work and go study. You work and study. It's like food. The people always study. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, think about that.
The concept for evaluation of credentials. Then this person based you refund funds.
Somebody can answer that question. Who can answer that? You don't pay for credentials. You want you to do it yourself. That's your investment. But if you give people everything for free, you know what happens? They don't value it. Okay? But I can tell you, is money here? I can tell you that by the time you get to America, we shall have spent about 1 million. Huh? For you, for your preparation and all, you spend like 50,000. Yeah. Hello, come in. We're filling in the front seat. We're filling in the front seat so that and we fill this side first. Yes.
Just want to know how much per hour for real estate.
I want you to ask that question. Okay, how much you're going to be paid per hour? I don't deal with money. I only deal with people like you. They're the people who deal with money to answer that question. Okay? So what's the name of that person? Lucy, you will, when I answer a question, say, my name is Lucy, and then you answer the question. Okay? So Americans are about to start to tune in while you people are not yet here. They're already here? Who is there? Hey, Vivian. Good morning. Just 1 minute.
Good morning.
Good morning, Vivian. How are you doing?
I am well. How are you this morning? It's great to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too. Do you hear me or what's happening?
I can hear you.
Oh, that's
There may be
good.
a slight delay, but I can hear you.
Yeah, it's going across Atlantic Ocean and a bit of Indian Ocean. Yeah, we're just about to start.
Okay.
You know about CPT, right? Now,
yes.
you know about CPT, okay?
Yes,
Here is
yes.
Kenyan time.
Okay.
CPT, Black people's time. But here
Yes.
is Kenyan time. So we have a group of already. Let's see. Can you see them?
Yes, I can see part of the room anyway.
Yes. Okay. We can tilt it more. Yeah, people are coming in.
Okay.
So we're waiting for the other crew from US, not yet.
Correct. They're getting ready to log in now. I just spoke to Tammy and Marcelina just sent me a text message.
Okay, that's good.
It's
All
early
right.
here.
Sorry?
It's early here.
I know, you guys are waking up. We're preparing almost to go for dinner. So we are just chit-chatting before the meeting.
Okay.
So any more questions on your side? Yes, Leslie. Yeah, those ones you get when you get there. The job description is nothing. But it's more than that. It's nothing. You enjoy it here. The people are doing everything for you, isn't it? You guys are registered nurses, right? And therefore, when water spills on the floor, you call somebody to come and clean. Not anymore. Oh, yes. Yes. No, it will be your job. We're trying to compare US and Kenya,
Okay.
whereby something spills on the floor and, by the way, Vivian is my boss, right? You need to know that. Something spilled on the floor and Vivian is nearby. Vivian, do you have to call somebody to do it?
Am I what?
Something spills on the floor and you are the first person to see it. Do you have to call somebody to do it or you do it yourself?
Oh, I do it myself.
Even when you are your boss, my boss.
Yes, yes, yes. We have a gold standard. We do not pass spills in the hallway. We get it up to prevent accidents.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you see, say that again. They didn't hear.
Yes. We mop it up. We pick up trash. It's do not pass. That's a gold standard.
Yeah.
So that's the only way to prevent incidences and accidents. So you do it yourself.
Yes,
If it's something that you cannot handle, you stand there with the spill until someone can come and assist you.
Okay, now.
But you don't walk past.
Okay, look, this is a bottle. Something spills on the floor, and I'm not able to deal with it myself. I have to stand there with the spill until somebody else comes to help to do it himself, because I couldn't handle it.
Yes.
Why? Because in case of an accident, then the company can be sued and they pay a lot of money. So I'm answering your question now. They come from a different, they are wired different from the way we are. Yes, thank you. So
you're welcome.
There'll be a lot of orientation, Vivian, when these guys come. Yeah, and
they do it differently there. It's done differently there.
Oh yeah. Well, we have somebody else to do it, you know.
Okay.
The boss mentality, you know what I mean.
Okay. I saw in the Olympics last night, I saw Kenya marching in with the flag. I thought about you.
Oh, a Kenyan marching the flag, he won?
During the Olympic opening ceremony yesterday.
Oh, you thought about me. Okay, yes. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Someone is coming in.
Any other questions that I may be able to answer before we get started?
Yes. Yeah. Let's get the mic.
Roslyn is my name. In case of injury.
I can't hear.
Okay, in case of injuries, are you saying, Roslyn?
In case of injuries within the ward of the hospital, what happens? The nurse gets injured, what happens?
Of course, you take it to the hospital.
There's some injuries, for example, you may end up with support or disability.
Well, when you are talking about that, when you come, okay, Vivian, can you address the insurance issue? What happens? Like,
With what now?
like when staff come in, there's always insurance, health insurance.
Okay. Okay, well, actually, I don't know whether they have international insurance there or not. However, once you come here, your insurance will start, say for instance, you come on today, July, what's today? July 24th. Your insurance will start on August 1.
And what does insurance cover?
They would have the same insurance that we all have, all management staff have there at the facility, and it's Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. And it's a pretty good insurance plan. It's what I have, it's what all of us have. So it's the typical insurance coverage that you would have. We have health, we have dental, we have vision.
Okay, so are you saying that then the registered nurses are the level of management staff?
Yes, they would have the same health insurance that I have. We have two levels of insurance. We have a lower tier and we have a higher tier. The lower tier is free, would be is very minimal cost for that first 2 years. After 2 years, it's absolutely free. Now, my health insurance, I have the high option premium, and I think it may be $50 a pay period or something like that. So it's not very expensive.
Okay. That's good, thank you.
And my dental, I have my health, my dental, and my vision. And I would say all three together is probably $100 a pay period or something like that. So it's really not very expensive.
Yours is cheaper than mine.
Now the family coverage is higher.
Yes, family coverage, because
the family coverage is higher, but for the employee, it's not. It's reasonable.
Okay, that's good.
Question.
Yes.
And once the dentist be rejected,
Can you speak louder?
I'm asking, when we set our dentist to receive their help, and they be rejected?
Well, if you didn't go to an MTC, KMTC or university, which is known, what are they doing? The credential evaluation is, okay, let me put it this way. NCLEX does not know KMTC.
I can't hear you at all now, Dr. Lambo. You're totally silent on my end.
The other ones that you don't have to do.
Okay. Okay, just a minute.
Okay, I can hear you now, but can you turn the volume up just a little bit?
Okay, he's doing it.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes, you hear me now?
Yes, that's better.
All right. Hello there.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, you guys have woken up too early. Sorry.
That's okay. We're good.
No problem.
Yeah. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, we're just setting up.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good
Marcelina.
morning, Marcelina.
Morning. Hello.
Hello, Marcelina.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, yeah.
I've got some other people coming, but it's a shift change, so they're giving report.
Yes, we're waiting a bit. Let me speak my language to Marcelina.
Okay.
Marcelina, unajua kuna style ya Kiafrika. Unajua hivyo, sio?
Unajua.
Sasa hapa tuna watu lakini wengine bado tuko nusu hawajafika wote. Wanaendelea kuja tu.
Okay, so unadhani mkutano unaanza saa ngapi?
Tutaenda kuanza in the next 10 minutes.
Next 10 minutes. Okay, we're giving report and some people
We'll start in the next 10 minutes, Bobby. And then maybe that time we will have Chris and the rest on.
Now, how many folks you got there, Dr. Lombo?
Sorry?
How many do you have there with you?
We have like 30 people now. We have 30.
Great.
Yep. And they're still coming in.
Okay.
I was joking with the Vivian that they saw what they call Black people's time in the US. Here we call it Kenya time. Kenya time, we don't come on time.
Yeah.
But I'm telling these guys, when they come to the US, they have to change, right? Can you say a big yes? Yes. By the way, allow me to use this, not to use this. I'm fully vaccinated. Yeah, so yes, people are coming in and this is the first group and then we shall have the next group at around 2 hours from now almost. But we were having kind of general questions coming in and out. Okay, I see Marcelina's got other people behind there.
they're just here to say hello. They're about to go back to work.
Oh, okay. Marcelina, tell us who is behind you.
Okay, this is Sandy.
Yes, and Sandy, let them tell us how long they've worked for Rehab Select before they leave.
That's Tanya Warner.
Good morning.
Yeah, good afternoon, good morning.
It's 3 p.m. over there.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Okay, someone is coming to set up the big screen for me and I'll be switching shortly. So I'm waiting for them.
Okay, that'll be fine. We'll wait for you.
All right, so Sandy and Tanya, they're going back to the floor.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And where is Rose?
Rose
Bye,
is
thank you.
she will join from home.
Oh, she will join from home.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So let me remind her real quick. And then I'll log back on.
Okay, that'll be fine. Marcelina is from Tanzania. We are going to have a Rose who is from Kiambu. Well, I don't know whether she's from Kiambu. I think she is. She told me that. Yeah. So, are you done with your? Have you started it? Have you given your the number? Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. Yeah, and we are also running YouTube going on now. People are watching from remote corners.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll just stay over there. You're okay.
Okay, mic testing. Testing. Testing 1, 2. Can you hear me? All right. Bobby, can you hear me? No. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Bobby, can you hear me? No.
He's not on that, Chris is not.
Okay, I'm testing my mic. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
You can, okay. That's good.
Chris is trying to join in. But he's lucky he's hung up in your personal meeting room.
You might need to admit Chris or something, Dr. Lumbo.
Sorry?
It seems like Chris is hung up. You might need to hit admit him or something. There he comes. There he comes.
He's coming on now.
All right, I think we're on, guys.
Hi, Chris.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Mhm.
Okay.
We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay, let me get my camera going.
There you are. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, and Marcelina and Roderick are fixing to join. Let me make sure they're getting on.
Yeah, they are there. They are fixing that big screen.
Okay.
All right, so we'll wait for Marcelina and Lucy to be starting in a minute or so. All right, so I think we will just go ahead and start. And we have maybe about over 30 people here, and we're still waiting for more. We're still needing more people coming in. There was a bit of confusion in the morning that people who saw the first advert in the morning, they came to the morning meeting, and we told them the meeting was going to be in the afternoon. So let me just say what this meeting is all about, and then I'll hand over the meeting to you guys. This meeting is not an interview, because I've been getting letters, messages, people asking me, can I bring my CV, my resume for interview? No, this meeting is not an interview. Number two, this meeting is not to take all of you guys to the US. No. I wish you could, but it's not that way. But this meeting is to introduce you to a process whereby you can find yourself in the US working as a nurse. And most of us know the process. And therefore, because we are now having people on the other side of the ocean, I'll hand over the meeting to Chris to just go around introducing people to us. And if you want to speak a bit, they will.
and then we shall come back to us here and ask some questions and answer questions. Back to you, Chris. And by the way, Chris is the CEO of Rehab Select. He's actually the owner of the Rehab Select. So we are so honored to have you, Chris. You were supposed to be here with us, but it was not possible. But thankfully, we have this technology. We can see you guys in the US while we are here in Kenya. So, Chris, go ahead, sir.
Well, good morning to the nurses in Kenya. We are very honored to be here with you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys can hear us just fine. Anyway, my name is Christopher Schmidt. My mother, Patty Wallace, and I started our company over 35 years ago. And we are in the state of Alabama, United States of America. We have 5 locations, and we care for close to 800 patients in our 5 locations. We have about 1,200 employees working with us, and we are looking for very good nurses to bring to the United States. Anyway, I have my nursing leadership team behind me that I would like to introduce. So with that said, we will start over here, and we'll have each person say their name and what they do, and then how long they have been working with Patty and I. So we'll start over here with Tashika.
Hello, I'm Tashika Burns. I've been with the company for 15 years, and I'm the director of nursing at his facility in Alabaster, Alabama.
Okay, and we'll stay on the front row here. So we'll stay with LaShawn.
Well, good morning. My name is LaShawn Foster, and I'm a corporate nurse for the company for Smith Wallace.
Okay, and let's see, I think Christy's next.
Good morning, my name is Christy Mitchell. I'm one of the corporate nurses for Smith Wallace, and I've been with the company about 15 years.
Okay.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Melissa Marshall Schmidt, and I've been with the company 24 years. I've been a registered nurse for 31 years, and we're super excited to have you guys.
Good morning, my name is Anita Wallace. I am a corporate nurse for Smith Wallace, and I've been with the company 11 years, and I look forward to meeting all of you.
Okay, and then here on the back row, we have Connie. Why don't you introduce yourself, Connie?
Good morning, I'm Connie Jemison. I'm the nursing director of Hillview Terrace Rehab Select in Montgomery, Alabama, and I've been with the company for about 2.5 years.
Okay, and Destiny, our newest nurse, is right here.
Good morning, I'm Destiny Meadows, and I am at Talladega, and I'm the Assistant Director of Nursing, and I have been with the company about 5 months.
Okay, thank you guys. So, and on our call here, let's start with Vivian Thompson. Vivian has been with Patty and I for 30 years, so introduce yourself, Vivian, please.
Hi, good morning. My name is Vivian Thompson. As Chris stated, I've been with the company for 30 years, and I'm the corporate recruiter.
All right, and let's go with Bobby and Tammy next.
Hey, good morning. We're excited for all of you to be here this morning. I'm Tammy Stevenson. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for Schmidt Wallace Healthcare Rehab Select, and I've been with Chris and Patty for 30 years now. And we're just excited to be with you all today.
And I'm Bobby Stevenson, and I'm the Director of Business Development, been with the company 30 years, and what an honor to be in front of you guys today. So thank you.
Okay, so that is our leadership team that we wanted you guys to meet, and we do have folks from all over the world working with us, from Kenya, from Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria, the Philippines, and we are very excited to work with the folks from Kenya. And is Marcelina on the line? Not yet. Okay, so Marcelina will join. Marcelina is from Tanzania, and she is one of our nursing supervisors at our Alabaster location. But anyway, we're very excited to be with you guys. We would love to be there in person, and we can't wait to get over to Nairobi and to visit with you folks in person soon. But like Dr. Lombo said, this is an introduction. We want you guys to get to know us, to understand a little bit about our process of of meeting you guys and how we propose to proceed as far as bringing folks to the United States of America and getting them started in the state of Alabama. With that said, I think we're going to have Vivian and Tammy talk a little bit about some of the details as far as the financial side of it, also the immigration side of it. So which one of you guys would like to go first?
Okay, I can go ahead and start. Thanks again. We had an opportunity to answer a few questions prior to the meeting started. So again, my name is Vivian. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I want to talk a little bit about, Dr. Lumbo, have you already explained the process as far as the NCLEX?
Not yet. Not yet. I've not explained if you want to touch on that. But we have been posting the process in the WhatsApp group, and most of these people have seen the process. They know about it. So once you mention, they know what you're talking about.
Okay, great. Okay, so once you've completed your NCLEX and you successfully pass your NCLEX exam, at that point, you will, our attorney, we are working with an immigration attorney out of Huntsville, Alabama, here in the US, and that attorney will go ahead and file your I-40 visa, your I-140 visa to come to the US. So at that time, we will have all of your information about your spouse, your children, or whomever you will bring here with you. That process, well, let me back up. First thing we have to do is to do a prevailing wage, and that will determine how much that you're going to be paid, because I know you asked that question a little bit earlier, I think. So therefore, we would do that. Once we do that and get that information, then you pass your NCLEX, then we will file for the I-140 visa. At that point, that process usually takes anywhere from 4 to 6 months. It really all depends upon whether the embassy there in Kenya is up and going. So that delay time is actually directly tied to the embassy there in Kenya. There is a way to expedite that process, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I would go on that 4 to 6 month time frame in order for that visa to be processed. Once that visa has been processed, the United States immigration will actually send a notice to you and also to the attorney that that visa has been approved. Once that visa has been approved, then we can apply for your green card. And hopefully we can also do that concurrently. So it all depends upon which way the attorney wants to do that. So once we do that, then we can bring you here, and then we can start working from there. And we're very excited about this process. It can take anywhere from 12 to 18 months, but hopefully sooner. It all, like I say, is directly related to the length of time that the embassy takes to process that visa. So you have the I-140, and then you have that 485. And as I stated, it could be filed together, and usually it is. And then also with that, at that same time, we will apply for an EAD for your spouse, so that your spouse will have an opportunity to work when they get here as well. Any questions about the process?
You want them to ask questions now before we go to the next person, Vivian? Vivian, you want them to ask a question now, or you want?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Somebody was asking any question about the process and all that. Yeah, and speak loud, yeah. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Lucy. I'm excited to be here. I just wanted to know how long the process takes, but I think you mentioned that. But maybe just to clarify, I need some clarification. Like now, I'm preparing for my NCLEX. How will I know when I'm ready? How do I know that I'm ready? Where should I go? And all that.
Okay, I think that question I can answer. How do you know that you are ready? How do you know that you are ready for an exam? Come on, how do you know? When you have read well, isn't it? That's how you know you are ready. So we cannot answer you about how do you know you are ready. But it will be upon yourself to know you are ready. And now that Vivian, this question has been asked, let me ask you, what happens if one goes to South Africa, we pay all that ticket, and they fail? What do we do?
Okay, well, at that particular time, they can always retest. They can apply to retest. We don't pay for the second test, but once they successfully pass the NCLEX, we can pick up the process again. And that would, just because you failed the first time doesn't mean that that negates or you're coming to the US. We definitely want you to try again. And Marcelina, I think, can answer that question as far as when do I feel that I'm ready for the NCLEX, because she's working with some of the applicants and candidates in order to prepare them for the NCLEX. So she will be a great resource in helping you feel prepared to take the NCLEX. Marcelina, do you want to respond to that? You are muted, Marcelina.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Lombo, he asked me if I can speak in Swahili so you guys can understand me. My friends from Kenya. So, unapokaribia kufanya mtihani lazima usome. Sijui kama mnanielewa. Na suala la NCLEX kusoma kwake sio kusoma kwa kawaida, ni lazima uwe dedicated kusoma na uweke time. Na tulikuwa na group, ilikuwa study group ambao walikuwa wanafanya mazoezi ya NCLEX. We can have that group again, and I'll be willing to help everyone with the studying material and how to study. But you need to be willing to put effort to do this studying in these groups. And I'm available to do this every time you need me. You can text me, you can call me, and I'll be in there to help everybody. Lakini inachukua muda hasa wa kusoma na material nitawatumia, lakini pia lazima kuchagua kiongozi ambaye atakuwepo humu kuwasaidia maswali na majibu na vitu kama hivyo. Kuna watu ambao walikuwepo mwanzoni wanaelewa hiyo process, lakini niko tayari kuwasaidia. Kama kuna swali lingine na kujua kwamba unajuaje uko tayari. Kusoma na kujua uko tayari ni wewe mwenyewe. Mimi siwezi nikakwambia kwamba okay, umeshasoma vya kutosha. Kama umecover all topics and everything you need to know, wewe mwenyewe utajua kwamba tayari, ngoja nikachukue mtihani kama ambavyo wengine ambao wamechukua mtihani wamefanya. Sijui kama nimejibu maswali yenu.
Yeah, you are really fading. We're not hearing you well. So let's see whether we have heard what that there will be a group for reading. Is that what you said, Marcelina?
Yes, a study group for NCLEX.
Okay, there will be a reading, a study group which will be started, and Marcelina I think is in all the 3 groups, and we can organize that. She says she'll be sending materials, but I have some here, Marcelina. This is the NCLEX RN Prep Plus for Kaplan. And we are giving these ones to everybody once you have done once you have received your CES and you sign a contract with us, this is the time you get this book. Okay, Marcelina, are you there?
Yes. So kwa hiyo lazima wapatikane viongozi ambao nitawatrain namna ya kusaidia kusoma. Nitawafundisha namna gani wafanye.
Okay, that's good.
Uh-huh.
All right, thank you, Chris. Back to you.
Chris, do you want me to cover the financial part? Okay. Okay. All right. Good morning, guys. Again, I'm Tammy Stevenson. I'm the CFO for the company, and I just wanted to kind of talk with you for a few minutes about what expenses we pay for. And let's see, I think the first thing you have to do is complete, and you may have already done this, complete a credentials evaluation by CGFNS. And that's something that you pay for. I think it's around $365. Dr. Lumbo, do they know about that?
$365.
$365. Do they know how to do that?
Yes, they know about that.
Okay. All right. And then after that, you would book the NCLEX. And of course, we would pay for you to take the NCLEX. And then we also would buy your study materials. And then you, of course, have to sign a contract to be bonded for 3 years after coming to the U.S. And then we would buy your ticket to either India or South Africa to go and take the NCLEX, and we would buy that ticket. And then after you pass the NCLEX, we would help you apply for the green card for you, and we would pay the expenses for you to apply for the green card. Our attorney would help with that. And they would also help apply for your immediate family, but you would pay the expenses for your immediate family's green card. And then we would buy you a ticket to the United States and pay for you to travel to Alabama to work at one of our facilities in Alabama. And then you would be paid at the prevailing wage that, you know, the Department of Labor sets. You would be paid the same thing that our nurses get paid in our facilities, the same ways that they get paid, same benefits that our nurses get. And then we would pay for you for up to 3 months of accommodations, a place for you to stay for up to 3 months, you know, until you can get a place of your own. Did I miss anything, Vivian?
No, that's great. I think that covered all of it. Are there any questions for Tammy or that Chris or I may answer for you at this point as it relates to the process?
Yes. Just 1 minute, give her the mic.
My name is Roslyn. My name is Roslyn. What criteria do you use to award the salaries for the registered nurses? Why? In this group, we are different categories and having worked for many years. And some of us have different specialties. So what is the criteria? As we come to America, shall we be at the same job group or same level? This is as regards the different specialties that some of us have, apart from being registered nurses. We also have other specialties in nursing. Thank you.
Okay, did you get that question?
No, we could not hear.
Okay, they're asking that people with different specialties, that people with different qualifications. Actually, we range from associate degree to master's degree. Some of them.
What was the question?
Sorry, the question is, are they going to be all in the same level?
Yes, 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 yes. All of them will be RNs, cart nurses. And the requirement is that you must have a bachelor's degree or higher. So an associate level degree, according to the immigration status, would not get you here. They're looking for a bachelor's degree or higher in order for you to be able to come into the U.S.
Okay.
And that's not our rule. That's just the immigration law that you must have a bachelor's degree or higher, because we can only bring professionals in at this point. That's the only amount.
I think the question is, as they land in the U.S., in the salary, and this is to maybe Tommy and Chris, is the salary going to be the same? Are you going to consider years of experience, speciality, and all that? That's a question I'm getting.
Okay, well, we have a pay scale, and that pay scale really for us bringing everybody in is determined by the Department of Labor, whatever that prevailing wage is. So whatever that prevailing wage is, we're going to pay that wage the same as we would pay our nurses here already.
Okay, and let me explain it a bit. I think when you're going to the US, you have, your salary is not going to be determined by Rehab Select. Tommy told us that the government will recommend what they call prevailing wage. And prevailing wage is, if you're working in Nairobi, your salary is not like a person working in Murang'a, right? Why? Because the cost of living in Murang'a is cheaper than Nairobi, right? So they're going to be looking at that. And remember, when you are filling your form for CGNFS, you are filling what they are calling initial licensure, right? So it's initial license. So once you go to the US, then prove yourself, right? It's you to prove yourself that you are beyond that initial licensure, all right? But at the same level, for now, we're giving you a foothold, we're giving you an opportunity, get to the US, and I shall be answering more of that question later, maybe. Do you want to introduce, Marcelina, do you want to introduce Rose?
Say it again.
Do you want to introduce Rose?
I can't hear you, Dr. Long.
Rose.
He's asking you want to introduce Rose.
Rose, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hey.
Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay, Rose, I can see you now.
I can see you.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Tusalimie na Kiswahili.
Oh, that's too hard for me. All right, I have to speak in English.
All right, we forgive you.
All right, I can interject in Swahili, but not fluent in Swahili. My name is Rose. Yeah, a little bit of Kikuyu, yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Go ahead, Rose.
All right. My name is Rose. I work at Shelby Ridge. I work as an MDS. I've been there for 11 years, and I love to work there. As I was listening to you all, when you all come here, it is a question of hard working and what you can do.
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Maybe your connection is not good, Rose. We're not hearing you well.
I say I've been working for Shelby Ridge for 11 years, and I love. Can you hear me?
We lost them.
I can hear you, Rose.
I can't hear you.
All right. My name is Rose.
Hold on just one sec, Rose. Let's get Lambo to tell us to go.
Okay, let's see whether we can get Rose now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna introduce myself again. My name is Rose Kinopia. Originally, I'm from Kikuyu, Kenya, Sigona. That's my homeland. And I've been working at Shelby Ridge for 11 years. I started as a CNA, and I went all the way now to an MDS. So my my fellow Kenyans, I'll tell you, if you come here, we are hardworking, and Tanzanians, you come here, you work hard, you prove yourself, and you're gonna climb the ladder. I love working as a nurse. I'm also a nurse. So every time they need me as a nurse, I go work anywhere and I am open. So that's the way it is. It's a good place to work. They have good benefits. I can attest to that. So when you come here,
Go ahead.
can you hear me?
I have a question for you, Rose.
Yes.
In Kenya, when we talk of rehab, we are talking of something different. What do you mean when you talk of rehab select?
Well, rehab select is where people, are you asking me?
Yes. What do they do? What do you do?
Oh,
because the meaning of rehab in Kenya is different. You know that?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I can say we have in rehab, we have people who are long-term, who just come and stay. Then we have people who come from the hospital, they have surgeries and they stay maybe 21 days and they want to go back home. So we have the therapist who works with them, the speech therapist, we have the nurses and all those kind of people. Also, we have people like with trachs. So it's almost like a mini hospital somewhere. If I can compare it with Kenya, we have people with trachs and we have people with wounds. So you will run a whole lot of things when you come here. It's not just one thing. Personally, I deal with MDS, which is more of the payment side. But I didn't start there. I started as a CNA and I went up to where I am right now.
Okay, let me just clarify here. When people hear of rehab, Chris, they thought it's a place where you rehabilitate drug addicts.
No, it's just for, well, it's not that kind of rehab.
Am I right? Okay, you give me a big yes for them. Am I right? Yes. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so
this is a
way.
different kind. No, it's not that kind.
So you're rehabilitating people who have maybe surgery to go back to their normal life, right?
Yes.
And then, of course, there are others who are long-term, who are in the hospital in the place for a longer time.
Yes,
sir. All right. Back to you, Chris.
Dr. Lumbo, I wanted to talk for just a minute about the question earlier about the different levels of professionalism, bachelor's degree, master's, and all of that. I wanted to talk for just a few minutes about we do have a lot of advancement opportunities to do other things other than just starting out, you know, as you would start out as a nurse who passes medication to the residents, who performs wound care treatments on the residents, you know, gives IVs, tracheotomy care, that sort of thing. But there is an opportunity for an advancement to become a registered nurse supervisor where you supervise a particular unit. You can also move to assistant director of nursing, like one of our nurses talked about earlier. And then you can move to director of nursing. And then there are many nurses on this call today that have moved up to the corporate nursing level. So we have lots of opportunities for advancement. We also have lots of opportunities for advancement for your family. Your family may, you know, start out, if they don't, you know, have some other kind of occupation, they may start out in our housekeeping department or as a certified nursing assistant. And we offer scholarships to those people too to go to school after they've worked for us for a certain amount of time. So we have lots of opportunities for advancement in our company.
Okay, somebody was asking, did I hear a question about what will my husband do? Did I hear a question like that? Yeah. You want to ask that question properly?
Good afternoon. My name is Yvonne Keruko. I would like to ask, now that we have the chance or the opportunity to come with our close family members, like for example, my spouse, and he's not in any field related to health. So maybe will he get a chance of employment there?
Okay, did you hear that, Tony?
No, I didn't quite understand it.
What was the question?
The question is, they come with their spouses who may not be in the nursing field or medical. Would it be possible for them to get a job?
Yeah, we have lots of non-nursing positions, such as we have maintenance, such as improvement of the buildings, such as painting and repair. We also have environmental services where we take care of the patient rooms, also the floors in the building. We have a food service department. If someone is used to working in a restaurant or is good at cooking food or things like that. So we have some of these other categories. We also have an activities department where we provide activities and give things to the patients to do during the day. So those are some different areas. So you don't have to be a nurse to work with us. We have close to 1,200 people, so it's a lot of different roles. And I would like to also repeat what Tammy says. Most of our people, they come in at a certain level, and then they work hard and they work their way up. So most of the people you see behind me started here and now are here. So our company has a very good track record of moving people up over time. And the question about the wages and the benefits, the wages, yes, they're set by the United States, but they're going to be the same of what our nurses make today. It won't be below, so it won't be higher, but it's going to be similar to what our nurses make and what their benefits are. And yes, your experience will be taken into consideration. We do have a pay scale for the new nurse to the more experienced nurse. So our goal is to have folks that are very similar. So there are lots of opportunities, of course, for you as a nurse. We need nurses, but we also have lots of support positions. We have to have people that will answer the phone. We have to have people to do medical records. We have to have people that would pass out the medical supplies. So there are many chances and things like that. We have computer positions as well to help out with the information technology, or what we call the IT. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. While you are on that, somebody was asking also about school. I know the answer, but it's a big issue here. Can one of you just answer? I think the roles can tell us when families come with their children, what's going to happen? How will they go to school?
Say that one more time.
I'm talking of families coming with children, school-age going children. What happens?
Well, I have two children myself. So I have a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old. So wherever you'll work, that's where your children will go to school. Or wherever you're staying, if you're staying, like I stay in Shelby County, my kids go, it's not like Kenya, the way you can go anywhere, school, anywhere. You go to school where you are staying. So that's one thing that they need to know. In Kenya, you can go anywhere in Kenya within Kenya boundaries, but in United States, where you live, where your address is, that's where your children are gonna go to school. With school, like where I stay, they have buses so that your children are picked up to school and back to where your address is. So it's more convenience more than it is in Kenya.
And what do you pay?
So what?
What do you pay for that?
Well, we don't pay like we pay in Kenya. So the only thing you pay, just a little bit school supplies, but from K5 to 12th grade, you literally don't pay anything, just small things that you have to pay, but not like a school fees that your children are not gonna go to school because you don't have school fees.
Okay, now let me just speak that, elaborate that. In other words, if you live in Buruburu, you cannot take your children to where? Kawaspari, the area. Your children have to go to this area where you live. And the transport is usually by that area. You don't have to pay for it. It's part of the services by the municipality. And what you're saying is you don't have to spend a lot of money the way we do here. I might ask, how many people spend 30% of their pay on children, school fees? Okay, look at this, Chris. These people spend more than 40% of their money per month on their children's fees. Can you raise up your hand? Oh my goodness. So that's a big relief. You don't have to spend that money. Just be bringing that money to me, okay? All right. All right. So it's very different there. Where you live matters. Some areas, the system don't have, the areas don't have bus system, but then you find it is not far. You can drive there very easily and then drop your kids. Then the other question was, is it possible to get a car?
To get a car.
Great. Yeah, to get a car.
We haven't really thought about that one. I know that the folks that have come over from Kenya, we have a good support system. And the housing that we can provide for starters is at our facility in Talladega, and you can walk across the street to work. But we can assist people, to get vehicles and to get transportation. And we have a lot of folks that live in Birmingham that also would be willing to help. So we haven't said we can go buy someone a car yet, but we got to get you guys to work. So we would work through that.
Okay, thank you,
Also,
Chris. Yes, go ahead.
Also about the transportation, we have a very good Kenyan and Tanzania system. When I came here first, I knew everybody's number. I never missed work because of that. So, mnajua tuko vile tuko, tunasaidiana. So once you come here, nobody is gonna buy you a car. That is true. Nobody bought me one. But you can work hard and get a car. The opportunities are wide open for you. You may not get the most expensive one, but you'll get a car to take you from point one to B until you are able to do what you need to do.
Rose, I want to suggest that within 6 months, once you'll be able to get a car, am I right?
Yes. From a car that can take you from point one to point two.
Point A to point B. And if you come to the US and you cannot find a car, that can take you from point A to point B. After 6 months, you ask me in the road since you're buying a car. In other words, it is so easy. That's what we're trying to do. Car transport is not a big issue. You may not get a big car, but you'll be able to get a car. And I would say, if you don't know how to drive, please learn how to drive, because nobody will teach you. There are no driving schools in the US. Okay, I'm just about to end this meeting and start the other one. Yes, a question?
Hello, I am Vicky. I'm asking, she talked about school up to 12th grade. What about the college?
About college, yes. What about college?
University college, is there anyone who pays for you or you have to pay?
Okay. Who is going
Is
to
that for
answer
me?
that? Yes, answer that. What's going to happen to your kids? There's one, the 16-year-old is going to college.
Well, the grade is gonna determine, is he gonna get a full scholarship? So it is up to your kid. If the child is gonna get a full scholarship, you get a full scholarship. If it's not, then as for my kid, they will have to work and go and work and go to school at the same time, which is not, haiwezekani kama Kenya. Huku tunaweza kufanya kazi na unaweza kujiripia at the same time, and that's what I did myself personally. So the government school is from up to 12th grade, which is form 4 huko Kenya. Lakini after hapo ni mtoto wako vile ataperform kwa shule, akipata scholarship anaweza pata full scholarship ama apate partial scholarship ama apate grants ukienda 2-year college. So there is opportunity wakija hapa. So it is up to, by then now you are considered an adult, so you can take care of yourself. So that's how that works here. So with my 16-year-old, if he doesn't perform, he'll either have to go to 2-year college or do that. So, but you can be able to do it.
Okay, so in other words, the performance of your kid determines whether he's going to get full scholarship or not. And it's not like Kenya whereby, now let me talk as a professor, you guys don't know. In Kenya, the education starts, you go all the way up to Form 4, and then you do your exam, and the final exam is what determines, right? In the US, from is it 9th grade, they start counting and finding out how you are doing, and at
Yes.
the end of the 4th grade, 12th grade, then they look at his performance, and he may qualify for full scholarship, partial scholarship, and or none. I was talking the beginning of last year, I was talking to Vivian, talking of her granddaughter who was getting scholarships right, left, and center, and they had to look for which one, decide which one to go to because of performance. That's what matters.
One more question.
Yes.
Who is included, which age of your kids? Who are included in that green card when you apply for it?
Okay, green cards. That's my son over there. Masimba. Masimba was over 21 when I got my green card. So he could not come with us. We had others who are under 21, and those ones came. So it depends on the age. The age is 21 and below. Then let me also say that Vivian, you talked about marriage certificates, am I right?
I couldn't understand exactly what you said, Dr. Lambo.
You talked of marriage certificate for spouses. If like one qualifies, then they have to prove that they are married, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So if you have come with stay arrangement, please, that doesn't go to the US. So if your marriage is not clear, you have to clear it by the time you start taking the exam. If you want that man or that lady to be your spouse, then you go to the US. And then of course your children. Am I answering a question? Yes, in the back. Yeah, I guess so. No, it's not.
My name is Charity, and concerning that question regarding the children, for some of us, we have kids who are
Oh, okay, yeah. You make arrangements, that's on your own. You're dealing with a grown up. My son is in college. And it is upon me and the family to know whether he wants to come to the US or not, or he wants to live in Kenya. If they're in college, I'll say, please, the first degree is easier in Kenya than US. I'm talking from my experience. Don't pull them out of school, let them finish. It's easier to take a master's course or even a doctorate from US than the first degree. So let them continue. You can leave them behind, make arrangements later. We shall be there to guide you on what to do. All right, I want to finish this meeting. Is there anything on your side you want to say? Yes? Sarah, yes? Let's fix that mic. So before Sarah comes, let me just say the purpose of the meeting was to show you that we are not fake, right? Some people are calling me limbo lumbo. I'm saying that this thing is on the limbo. No, it's not on limbo. It is taken off, right? Yes, so I want to assure you that what you have seen, and I'm saying this in front of Chris and Tammy, who are paying for even your coming here today, that what we have seen we do, we shall do. But then you have to do your part as well. Are we clear on that?
Yes.
I'm excited already. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. Okay, there's a question over there.
Okay, I'd like to ask, what is does one need to have a degree for how we to apply for the job result?
The degree, we are yes, you have a degree. Your diploma is called associate degree. Okay? Yes. Okay, you have to have a degree. So you guys, all of you, have degrees, okay? Okay, so yes, you have to have an associate degree, which is equivalent of a diploma. And when you get your CES, it will say that you have taken an equivalent of level 1, which is RN, equivalent of RN in the US. So that's the beginning. So when anybody coming with a community nurse, no, that is not, that's level 2, and we don't have a position for level 2, but for level 1, which is RN.
Okay, Dr. Lambo.
Yes.
Dr. Lambo.
Yeah.
I want to make it very clear, though, that the immigration status, you must have a bachelor's degree or higher. An associate degree does not meet the minimum criteria.
Oh, then we have to talk more about that, Vivian.
Yes, the law definitely states it must be, they consider a professional to be a bachelor's degree person. So it must be a bachelor's degree RN. And everyone that we have so far does meet that criteria, but I do want to make that clear.
Okay, I'm trying to find out, is Mwangi here yet? Someone Mwangi? Mwangi, you're here? Okay. Now, Vivian Mwangi is here. Someone Mwangi, he just went and did his exam. And can you come to the front, Mwangi? When you remove your mask and greet us? Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is Samuel Mwangi. Tell us what happened to Mwangi.
Okay, hello, good afternoon. Good morning from that level. Well, my name is Samuel Mwangi, and I am a nurse like you. The only difference between me and you is that I'm a US RN. Yeah, it's a process. It takes time. It calls a lot of sacrifice and perseverance. And for my case, I started in 2019. That's when I submitted my CGFNS report. And it took over 9 months because there were some errors. My college had some issues, and nursing council, there was some information that was missing. So they had to bring it back, and I had to do a follow-up on my own. I was doing it as a freelancer. So these things, quite also, you have to be that person willing to kujituma, okay? So from there, I got my CS report in July 4th of 2020. Then in August, I applied for registration for Massachusetts School of Nursing. It's also a process. And then from there, I started studying last year in October. Then from there, we did a payment of NCLEX, we did a scheduling. I did my exam in 2nd of July in South Africa. That's a story of another day because I and Dr. Robo, we had some discussions because of what happened there.
Yeah, actually, he had a problem in South Africa. Vivian, I didn't tell you this. I realized this is a Kenyan issue I had to deal with. I actually had to step in and help him. And I told him, whatever's happened, you went to South Africa to take that exam. Please forget what has happened because he was actually called on the way. So he forgot about whatever had happened, and he went and he took that exam and he passed. So we congratulate you, Samuel.
Yes.
My number, you can take it, 0702 850 940. Yes, I'm a trained KCHs. I went to KMTC Mombasa campus. I graduated in 2016. Yes, I did a basic diploma in community health nursing. Yeah. And one more thing, guys, the reason is why you are doing all these things is for you to be permitted to do the NCLEX. Please take NCLEX seriously. Yeah, sorry. I used a lot of money. I think we discussed that. Yeah, later. Was this helpful? Yes, it was very much helpful. This one, the good thing with this book, it helps you in what you call rewarding your question, NCLEX question. Rewarding, answering that question using your own words. Okay? It's also good because it focuses on patient safety and something else, masculine. You remember that? Yeah, so it's a very nice book. It's a very nice revision book. And
Me?
Information I did 75 questions. That's where it shattered on 75 questions. First time. 75 questions. But please don't expect 75 questions. Please don't expect the higher. So, sorry, where else are some 2 minutes? Yes. Yeah. So, what is NCLEX? NCLEX is just an exam that tests your suitability to work as a registered nurse, basic in US. So you have to prove to them that you have that minimum requirement. Yeah. But don't take it lightly, that minimum, it costs a lot. A lot. You have to do a lot for you to get that minimum. Okay? So there is that what you call computer adaptive test. It is computer adaptive test. So what it does is that you get the first question that will be very simple. How you answer that question will determine what the computer will give you the next question. So if you realize that you are getting very simple questions on the way, you should know that you are going the wrong direction. Yeah. But if you get the first question correct, the second question you get correct, the last question will give you a bit hard. So in your test, during your test, the more hard question you are seeing, the better you are. But you must have what you call testing skills. You must have what you call content, confident, and of course you should not be anxious. Okay, that I'm just saying, I was also anxious, very anxious, because we traveled from Kenya to South Africa. I was conned. I don't know what to do next. Yeah, it is a very serious issue. Yeah, it's a very serious issue in South Africa. It's not the best place to be. Yes, after I went, I had to stay in my room until the day I did the exam. And after exam, I went back to my room until the day I had now. I had my flight back to Nairobi. That was the 3rd of July. Okay. So please take this thing very serious, because now you can imagine you are investing in a lot. You've taken your time, you've taken a lot of money, and then you go and fail the entrance. It's expensive. But at the end of the day, after you pass the entrance, I always speak for you, and I want you guys to be where I am. That's why I came. Actually, I didn't came here to start the process. I just came here to motivate somebody. And I'm not a motivator. Okay, you know those guys when you encounter motivational speakers? Mine is a real experience. Yes. And I think I've talked to some of you here. Have I? Oh, not yet. It's a big group. Okay. We're dealing with 700 people. Oh, okay. I've talked to some who want to be guided through the process of CTFMS and the process like that. But yes. Can you speak louder, please? Yes. Sorry? No. Okay, Massachusetts brothers the reason is that I was guided to do that because they don't require social security number and they don't require proof of English. So that's a good thing with them. Okay, thank you. Mwangi will be around and we shall be, you have his number. You can ask him questions. We shall be taking tea after finishing this meeting and Mwangi will be there to talk to us. So let me just mention again, I've been talking to Vivian. Vivian, can you assure us that Massachusetts does not require English language as a prerequisite?
That's absolutely correct. It does not require English because your CGFNS evaluation is also evaluating that, and you're actually taught in English there in Kenya, so that's not a requirement. I also at this point want to really congratulate Samuel. Samuel will probably be the first candidate that actually reach our shore. So Samuel, we're very proud of you, and I'm glad you took this first step. And the attorney is working on your case as we speak.
Wow, nice. Okay, thank you. We look forward to welcoming someone in the US very soon. Okay, thank you. I'll take 2 more questions and then we shall end this session. And I'll say that all we need to do is we're not dealing with the mechanics here on how to apply. If you have a problem on how to apply for CDNFS, we are going to be opening the groups. And therefore, you can interact with one another and say, I have a problem here. There's somebody who has already done that. Then we'll help you. Is that clear? And you can come to me if you have a technical question, not IT question. Okay, yes.
Good afternoon, my name is Charles.
Speak louder, Charles.
I'm Charles Mwangi. I wanted to have 2 questions. When she was talking, she said about close relatives. I husband and children? Can close relative include maybe your sibling?
Your mother, your father. Okay, okay. That is not for them, that's for me.
The other question was,
Yes.
you know, as from Kenya, we come from the tropics.
Yes.
It can be warm here, and we don't go below 10 degrees. And that time when you are 10 degrees, you can get very sick. Because so that the weather in Alabama, how it is, does it experience the winter?
Okay.
How do we need to prepare ourselves before we go there? Because
Okay.
we don't get there and then get sick.
Okay. The first question is, America recognizes your nuclear family. And if you have your siblings and you want them to join you, the green card gives you are later given, you can become a citizen if you want. And that is the time you can apply for your members of your family. About the weather is very good in Alabama. My grandchildren, my granddaughter came 3 years ago, and she never saw snow until this year. So it's quite warm, and we normally say there's no way you can prepare for winter when you're in Kenya. You have to come to the US, and you prepare when you're in the US. I know one time, long time ago, long story short, I was going to South Korea and I thought I would buy clothes for winter in Kenya. But when I saw in South Korea was a shock. So no, depending on the time you'll be coming, we shall be advising, and then we will tell you, if you're coming like now, it is hotter, it is like summer in the US. So it's quite good. People wear shorts. I forgot mine in the room. Okay, I've answered your questions. I want to end because the other group is coming in. Yes? Okay. I think I need to explain this. You are coming in as what we are calling initial. The word is registered nurse. In your training, there has to be something registered nurse, right? So if you're a midwife or whatever, that's a different thing. That's an added advantage. And it will help you, especially when you are answering those questions. But we are allowing you to take the exam because according to CGNFS, you qualify as a registered nurse. And I say, some of you guys even have masters, right? Yeah, but that's a story of another day. When you get there, we will know register now, okay? Yeah, okay, this is the last one. And then Chris, if you want to say something before we end this session. Okay, there's a question. First question is to Vivian. How long does the process take? The other question is to Chris. How many nurses does the company need?
Okay, that first question, how long does the process take? Anywhere from once they pass the NCLEX exam, then we can start that process for them, and it's directly related to the length of time that it takes at the embassy. It can be as soon as 12 months, but it could be as long as 18 months. So I can't give you a definite time frame on exactly how long it would take, because when I spoke to the immigration attorney, he stated that some embassies are open because of the pandemic and some are not. So that process would definitely be directly related to the embassy being open, how long it may take.
Okay, then to the second question.
So our initial goal, guys, is to do 5 nurses per location, except for Talladega, and that would be 10. So we're looking at approximately 30 nurses. That is for starters. If we have enough interest, we have other facilities that my friends own and operate and would like to recruit from Kenya too. But we are going to start with approximately 30 people. And I just want to remind you guys, we're a family business. You're looking at folks that have been working with my mother and I for 30 to 35 years. Rose is the perfect example of starting at the bottom and she's worked her way up. Marcelina from Tanzania, perfect example. She started here and she's worked her way up. Now she's supervising, she's managing, she's in charge of our nursing assistant training school. So there are lots of opportunities. I know it's scary to come to another country and to step outside your comfort zone. But we have lots of just terrific examples of folks from Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya that have just done very, very well. We've got such a great support system in the state of Alabama, in Birmingham, Alabama. We've got housing set up for you guys. So it's you're not going to a big, gigantic corporation. You're coming into a family business. We take care of very sick people, very medical needs, and your skills would be utilized. They would be developed, and I think you guys would do very well. So we're looking to really help you guys and your family. So anyway, we look forward to helping you through this journey, through the process. Even though it takes about a year, maybe a year and a half, that will go by very, very quickly. But we've got Rose and especially Marcelina are very good teachers to help you through that NCLEX. But I enjoyed our time with you today, and we sure do look forward to seeing you in person, either in your country or in ours.
Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate your participation. And this is the end of section 1. We're going through to session 2. We are going to break for refreshments, and then after that, you leave, and then other people will come in this room. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You can remain on, or you can take a break, and then we shall be resuming in another 15 to 30 minutes. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Bye. All right. Yes, Les, we are going to mute.
Is he on yet? I can't hear you, Lambo. Are you on mute?
Now, not yet.
Yeah, good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, we just said the next group is settling down.
Okay.
Just giving us a few more minutes as they settle
No
down,
problem.
and we shall be beginning. Yep.
All right. Seminar. Yep. Hey, Dr. Lombo, Marcelina will have to, she has about 15 minutes, so we'll probably want her to maybe speak, kind of first or second, once we get going here.
Yeah, we're going to be starting in a short while because the projection on the wall went off, and I can see you on my laptop, but they can't see you. So just give us a minute. We are working on that in a minute.
It's fine. Take your time. Even if Marcelina has to leave, Rose did a great job, and she can talk to the folks.
Okay, that'll be good. You need to call him?
How is the weather in Kenya, Dr. Lombo?
It's getting warm. Otherwise, it has been cold.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, this is in the southern hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's supposed to be cold while you guys are having your summer.
I see.
Got him? Yeah, we're using the hotel's computer, and we need somebody to give us the password. That's the hold up now. Otherwise, let me just turn this for you to see who is here.
Yeah, I could not see that side of. Oh yes, I can see. We can see. Yeah, that's good. I didn't see that side of the room on the first presentation, so that's terrific.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I think they have to reposition this camera for you to be able to see. How do you reposition the camera? Okay. So mna maswali mtataka kuuliza ama mko sawa? Okay. Could I ask you to move forward because tutakuwa na shida tukianza kuongea. Just for the people who are at the back, please come to the front. At least wao wasione viti vingi ambavyo viko empty. Okay, you're saying something? Yeah, good evening. Rose, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, we have an interesting question here. Just before we begin, somebody with small children, can they come with a caregiver?
Wow.
Did you hear what she said? She said, wow. Yes.
Well, first of all, the caregiver has to have visa to come here. So that's beyond my scope. I can answer that. But we have, tuko na watu wamama kutoka kwetu nyumbani wanatusaidia na watoto. Unalipa kitu kidogo, alafu unapeleka mtoto, unaenda kama na schedule yako. Kama unafanya kazi ya asubuhi, unampeleka kwa huyo mama, ni Mkenya ama Mtanzania, na mnaelewana. Unamwambia niko kazi hapa na nitatoka hapa na nitakujia mtoto saa ngapi.
Just hold on. Just hold on. We want to use the mic, the speakers for them to hear. Okay.
Can I go ahead?
Just 1 minute. We want to mute this one. Here. Yeah. Okay, I think we're okay now.
All right. As I was saying, kama ni kuleta mtu lazima awe na visa na all those things. So that's beyond me. But naweza kuambia kuna wamama hapa, nimelelea watoto wangu hapa. So nilikuwa nawapeleka kwa mama Mkenya ama Mtanzania, namwambia nitakuja saa hizi na nitarudi saa hizi, na mnaripishana bei ya Kikenya. So unaripa, unamchukua, kwa sababu watoto wadogo hapa is expensive, kwa sababu serikali they don't pay for that from infant all the way to 5 years until they go to school. So it's your responsibility kuripia huyo mtoto. until aende shule. So what we do here as Kenyans or as Africans, tuko na wamama tunawapelekea watoto na mnaelewana. If your shift is morning, you take, kama mimi niko nafanya shift ya 6. Niko napeleka mtoto wangu 5:30. Nampeleka kwa mama na mkujia kitu 4 o'clock. So na tunaripishana, unaripa bei ya weekly. So that's the way you do it here. That's the expense ya watoto wadogo.
Okay, thank you. Maria, yes, all right. Let's begin this meeting. That was just a side question as we were waiting to start. I'm going to be giving the purpose of this meeting is not to interview you to go to US. I've been getting people sending messages saying, I want to come for the interview. We do not have an interview. What we have is we have to tell you the process of how you can go to US as a registered nurse. Number 2, I'm not even receiving your resumes. Your CV as we call it. No, we don't need it. All we are doing is to show you this is the way you need to go, this is what you need to do, and all the way we shall be there to guide you. And since we already know the process, and if you are new, we'll be posting the process in the WhatsApp groups, then you shall get to know that. And with that, let me welcome our friends with Rehab Select in the US. It is very early in the morning for them. They were in the first session, which was starting at 7 o'clock in the US. And therefore, these guys may not have taken their breakfast, but they wake up early. They work hard. So I imagine they're okay. So I'm going to introduce the CEO, the owner of the company of Rehab Select to you. His name is Chris, Mr. Chris. He will give you his full name, and then he will take over from there. Tell us who is here.
Good morning over here, and good afternoon to you folks in Nairobi, Kenya. And thank you for joining us today. We hope this meeting will be very informational. Ask any question you would like, but the purpose is for you to get to know us and to us to explain to you how it works if you would like to come join our family and join our company. My name is Chris Schmidt. My mother and I, Patty Wallace, we are a family business. We have 5 skilled nursing and rehabilitation facilities. Our facilities are much like hospitals in your country. Of our 5 facilities, the name is Rehab Select, and some of my nurses will talk to you about the kind of patients we take care of. It is not the rehab that you are thinking about in your country, but we take care of close to 800 patients in the state of Alabama, United States. We have about 1,200 employees working for us. My mother started our company 35 years ago, and I've been working with my mother for 34 years. So we are a true family business, and we have folks that have been with us a very long time that we're going to be introducing in just a minute. So anyway, but thank you for joining us. I hope you find this very informational. We are sorry we cannot be with you in person, but we plan to visit Kenya very, very soon. Anyway, so with that said, we are going to introduce the different folks. We have Vivian Thompson. Vivian, if you could introduce yourself and tell your position and how long you've been with Rehab Select.
Okay, good morning. My name is Vivian Thompson. It's a pleasure to see all of you all via this modern technology. I have been with the company for the past 30 years, and I am the corporate recruiter. And I appreciate Dr. Lambo arranging this and for us to have an opportunity to meet you via Zoom.
Okay, thank you, Vivian. All right, next is one of our nurses at one of our locations, Rose. Rose, if you'd introduce yourself and how long you've been with us.
Hey, my name is Rose Kinutia. I work at Shelby Ridge and I've been with the company for 11 years.
Ross, we don't hear you well. Check again, let's see.
All right, my name is Rose Kinutia.
Yes.
And I've been working with Shelby Ridge for 11 years. And we can't wait to see you here. Thanks.
What do you do, Rose?
Yes.
Rose Kinutia.
Yes, Kinutia.
Rose is.
What do you do?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rose.
Rose, I'm asking what kind of work do you do at the Rehab Select?
Okay. Currently I'm working as an MDS, that's to key in data and for payment, but I am a registered nurse. I worked as a CNA and I worked myself up all the way to where I am today.
So Rose started at the very bottom, certified nursing assistant, and worked her way up to the next level and up to the next level, and now she's up at this level. And so you're going to see a lot of people that have done that with us. Vivian is a nurse. She's also a nursing home administration or a manager. She also has a degree in human resources, and she has worked her way up and up and up. Okay. And then we have Tammy and Bobby Stevenson together. So if you guys would introduce yourselves.
Morning. Welcome to all of you here. We're excited to have you with us. I am Tammy Stevenson, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer for the company. I've been with Rehab Select 30 years, and we just welcome the opportunity to talk with you all today.
All right, I'm Bobby Stevenson, and welcome to Alabama today. And we're so glad to be here in front of you guys. What a great opportunity for us and for you guys. I've been with the company 30 years, and I do business development. So I help get patients admitted to our building.
Okay. Okay. So and I think Marcelina is not yet. Dr. Lambo, could you let Marcelina in? She's asking to come in.
Okay, sorry.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, she's coming in.
Okay. Okay, so Marcelina is with us, and she's from Tanzania. So Marcelina, I know you have to go and do some teaching for some nursing assistants. So Marcelina, if you would introduce yourself and then talk to them about how you are helping people to test and pass that NCLEX exam, and anything else you would like to say about what you do or the company or the patients we take care of. And there again, Marcelina started, she started here. She worked her way up to a charge nurse, then she worked her way up to nursing supervisor. And now she also works with our school that trains CNAs. So Marcelina, talk on any subject that you would like. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Marcelina Mwakajumba, like Chris said. I've been with this company since 2007. I started working as a nursing assistant. I went back to school. Now I am a registered nurse. I am a supervisor, and I do a lot of stuff here. And like Chris said, there are lots of opportunities if you are willing to work your way up to the top, if you are willing to do this. And I know everybody is excited to work through the process to come to work with us in this company, but you have to take the NCLEX. Everybody knows that. That's the requirement for the nurses to work in America. And I did help people before, we created a group where we have a study session every single day. And I know Dr. Lombo, he has the books, but we have the other material we can use. So I am available to create the group, and we can choose 2 people who will be able to lead the study group every single day. And make sure if you sign up to this group, you attend the study session every single day, so you can be learning and get ready for NCLEX, because the NCLEX is not 1 + 1 is 2. It's more to that. You have to learn to understand the question, critical thinking, and you need to know how to answer the question. And when it comes to working at this company, they have a lot of opportunities to help you grow with your career. Like I said, I studied as a nursing assistant. Now I am supervisor, and if I want to go back to school, I can, and they will help me with that one if I'm willing to go back. So if you come here, don't worry. You have a team. We have a strong team that will take you through, help you out every single day until you are ready to take off yourself. I know nursing is worldwide, it's the same, it's a family, and we work like that here. It's a family, we help each other. And when you come to America, like Rosie said, if you have family home, when you're ready to bring them, you can bring them here and they can get the same opportunities, even though they'll start working in different areas with this company. And like I said, I have to go testing today, but for those who are willing to be in a study group, you can get in touch with Dr. Lombo, and he will let me know. We can start immediately. It's not like we have to wait next month. No, we can start tomorrow if you're willing to do that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Marcelina. Let me speak in Swahili in a minute, and then you can also bring them to Swahili. Najua sisi tunatoka huko, sio? Marcelina, juzi ulikuwa bibi wa watoto wangapi?
Nilikuwa bibi wa, sasa hivi nina wajukuu 2.
Basi watu wa Kenya hapa wakisikia bibi unaipinga mke, lakini bibi Kiswahili cha kile cha kwetu kule pwani ni grandmother, sio?
Grandmother, baby means yes.
Okay, ni sawa. Congratulations for your baby. Is that baby girl or baby boy?
It's a baby boy. He came Monday.
Okay, congratulations.
Yes, but he's already here.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, nice. Thank you for talking to us. And if you have any questions, Rose is there. She'll be answering them. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, over to you, Chris. You want to go to Rose or you decide?
Okay, thank you, Marcelina, and congratulations on your new grandson. I know you're proud of him. So why don't we move to Vivian? Would you like to go next and talk about the process, and then
Sure.
we'll move to Tammy?
Okay, great. So I'm sure Dr. Lombo has already explained to you about taking your CGFNS. So after that's completed and you have taken you've been evaluated by the board, and we have scheduled your NCLEX, and you have successfully completed your NCLEX. So you're now an RN and licensed to practice in the US. At that point, our immigration attorney that we've hired to assist us will apply for an I-140 visa on your behalf, and also for your family, whomever your dependents or your minor children and your spouse that you plan to bring over. This process can take anywhere from 3 to 12 months in getting that done. The average time may be a little bit shorter. It's all dependent upon the embassy. And some are closed because of the pandemic, some are open. So that time frame may vary. But we're hoping after all of that's done that we will receive a approval letter that will go out to you and to the attorney and to us as the employer. And at that point, we will make sure that we apply for a green card for you, and also to make sure that we do EAD authorization for your spouse so that she will be able to work once she gets here to the US as well. This whole process from beginning to end may take anywhere from 12 to 18 months. And hopefully that's the shorter end of that deal, but we do like to give that time frame just to be on the safe side. But we will apply for the I-140 and the I-485, which is your adjustment and change of status.
Okay.
So do you have any questions about the process and how it works?
Okay, Vivian is asking, do you have a question?
Sorry, Vivian is asking, do you have any question on the process? Anything you don't understand? This is the time you can ask. Vivian had a question whether people will come with their families and people to help them with the children, and that was answered by Rose. She said that you don't need to bring your helper because you won't be able to even get a visa at the embassy for that. And you must be very rich to do that in the US. No, it's not done. It's not done that way there. So, any question on your side there, or anything about the process? Yes. That's why you take that money.
Ongea kwa sauti wasikie.
I was asking, how long will it take for a person to prepare for anything?
Did you hear that, Vivian?
No, will you restate the question for us?
She's asking how long it will take for one to prepare for NCLEX. And you or Rose can answer.
Okay, I think I agree with Marcelina. I think you can start preparing for the NCLEX now so that when that time comes for you to take it, you've already studied and you already prepared, because it's not an overnight process in taking that NCLEX. So I would say let's start studying immediately so that we can be prepared by the time they get their CGFNS evaluation. So we need to start studying now.
Yeah, Rose, okay, Vivian, one may take that exam and fail. We don't want anybody to fail, but just in case that happens, what happens?
Try again. Never give up. It's okay. If you fail the test the first time, that does not negate your coming to us. We will work with you, and all we ask that you to do is to continue trying. And once you successfully pass the test, then we can still sign that contract and get you here.
Still a follow-up to that, Vivian. Are we going to pay for one to repeat the test?
Yes, we will pay for the first test.
But not to repeat.
And not repeat, no.
So get this. You do it the first time, pass, please. Because if you fail, it means then you are on your own. Take yourself to put the exam, take yourself to South Africa or India. And then once you pass, you can come and join us again. All right, back to you, Chris.
Okay, thank you. So Tammy is our financial person, our chief financial officer, and she's going to kind of go over the finance side of it on what we pay for and what we don't pay for. So go ahead, Tammy.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Go ahead, Rose.
Go ahead, Rose. And by the way, let me just introduce Rose here. Rose, tell us your name, where you come from, and tell us more, answer that question before we go to Charlie.
Yes, okay. I'm going to introduce myself again.
My name is Rose Kinuthia. I come from Kenya in Kikuyu. So Demo Gikuyu. So that is my native language.
Yeah.
But I've worked with the company for 11 years. But I want to answer a question concerning the test. Having gone through both system, the Kenyan system, the way we school system, and the American system, and also the NCLEX system. In Kenya, mostly is more of cramming. If you're able to cram and you can go for all that information and you get it. But when you come to NCLEX, you may know you may be the brightest, but it is more of how you take your test. It's critical thinking and process of elimination, and also the safety. So what you think is right is not, you may know the material, but you have to know how to take the test because the test is tricky. So if you are able to do the process of elimination, and I'm sure Marcelina will go through this, you will be able to ease the test. So my encouragement is you read the NCLEX book and do so many questions as you can so that you can have the feeling of how the test goes about, because it's not more of like you go and pour out all the knowledge you have. It is the process of elimination as you go to that test. What you do, every answer looks correct, but what is the most correct answer? So you have to be very careful when you're taking those tests. Thank you.
Okay.
Rose, that was a great explanation, Rose. Good job. That was really good. Okay, again, my name is Tammy Stevenson, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer for the company. I'll talk to you a little bit about what we pay for versus what you have to pay for throughout this process. As Vivian talked about, the first step really is for you to complete the credentials evaluation by CGFNS. And that is something that you all would pay for, and it's $365 is what the cost is. So once you've gone through that and you've gone through that process, then you would book to take the NCLEX test. And that is something that we pay for. We pay for you to take the NCLEX test for the first time. And then we would buy any kind of study materials that you need. I think Dr. Lumbo has the book there that maybe we use, but that's something that we pay for. And then after you pass the NCLEX, then you would sign a contract to be bonded for 3 years after coming to the United States. And we would buy your ticket too, also to go to India or South Africa to take the NCLEX. We would buy your ticket to go there to take the NCLEX test. So after you pass the NCLEX, then we would help you, our attorney would help you apply for the green card, and we would pay for the expenses for you and the green card for you. But if you also want to bring your family, we can help you through that process, but you would pay the expenses for the rest of your family. We would just pay for you. And then we would buy a ticket for you to come to the United States and then to travel to one of our Rehab Select locations in Alabama to work. And then we can provide up to 3 months accommodations, a place for you to stay for up to 3 months after coming to one of our locations to work. So also around the pay, the Department of Labor, we have to present a prevailing wage rate to them, and they have to approve that rate. So they really set the pay that we can pay you, but you will be paid the same thing that our nurses make at whatever location you're working at. You will receive the same benefits, health insurance, retirement, 401k, all of that. You would receive the same benefits that they receive. And there's lots of opportunities, as Marcelina said at the beginning, lots of opportunities to advance with us. So you may come in, at the level of being a medication nurse and doing treatments on residents, but there's lots of opportunities to advance to other positions with us as well. and lots of opportunities for your family members to have a job as well with us. It might be something in the dietary or kitchen department, something in housekeeping, something in the maintenance area, or they could even start out as a certified nursing assistant like Rose and Marcelina started out as. So there's a lot of opportunities for your family members as well. And we're just excited to be with all you guys today. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. You want me to say what they say? You're saying you don't understand?
Yes, no.
Okay. She said you are very American. I have to speak to Kenyan English for you. No problem. I understand. When I came, it was not easy for me to understand you guys. But majority of what you say, they understood. Especially where you say that when they come, they shall be having the same benefits as the nurses working for you. And in the first group, we saw quite a number of nurses who are behind Chris, and also others who are with Marcelina. And of course, Rose is here. And the other thing is a question I think I need to ask you. I'm going to be asked before when you leave. Now that you're spending all this money on us, right? Right? Yeah. How much are we going to pay back? And how long will it take us to pay you back?
Did you say how much do they have to pay back?
Yes.
Well, they don't really have to pay any of it back. Just time worked. You just have to agree to work for us for 3 years.
Okay. So this is a very important question, and let me explain why I asked this question. Is because many of the agencies who come here, they recruit nurses, take them to the US, and the nurses have to work for the agencies, and they have to pay back every month. So they're not being paid their full salary because of the earlier commitment they had with these nurses. So here, let me use a Kenyan term, which is called bonding. When one is working with the government, you are allowed to go to school with your full salary, and after finishing studies, you come back and you continue working with the government. You don't pay them anything. Am I right? Yes. That is what we call bonding. So what Rehab Select is doing is something closer or equivalent to bonding, whereby we say we don't want the money. We don't want to benefit from your money. We want to benefit from your services. And that's why we are bringing you to the, taking you to the US. Anything on money before we go? Still, there was a question. They didn't seem to understand what that living wage is. And let me just amplify that again. Here, Rehab Select does not determine your salary. Your salary is determined by the government. Why the government? Because the government is the one giving you permission to come to the US and work. And there is what they call prevailing wage. Prevailing wage depends on where you are living. If you are in, and correct me if I'm wrong, tell me, if you're working in Talladega, it is not the same as the cost of living in Talladega is not the same as working in Birmingham. Am I right?
That's right.
Yes. So the living wage is determined by where you live. But what is important here is you are being treated like any other nurse, trained and hired by Rehab Select. Okay, Chris.
Rose, why don't you talk about the kind of patients we take care of, so they can understand that we're not a Kenyan rehab facility. We are a United States rehabilitation and a skilled nursing facility. So, Rose, why don't you talk about the kind of care that you and the nurses give?
Okay. In the rehab is not the rehab that we know in Kenya for people who have issue with drinking. This kind of rehab is where somebody have had a surgery and they want to be strengthened back and want to go back home. So you come, is an inpatient rehab. So you come, we have the therapists who are the PT, we have OT PT is physical therapy, we have occupational therapy, and we have speech therapy. And they work with these people. Then they rehabilitate them to go back home. That's how that works. We also have people who are long-term who come and live there because maybe their family cannot take care of them or they are old and it's more like their home. And we have another unit for that. We also do skilled nursing, such as trach people with IV, people with wounds. So we do all that like a mini hospital that we would find in Kenya. So that's how it is. You will get exposed to so many things. If your passion is to just do old people or take care of the way you take care of your grandma at home, that's how you do it. You know how we take care of our grandmothers back at home with respect and everything. That's how that is. Then when you come to the rehab, is these people who are young and they want to go back home, but they have to be rehabilitated to go back home. We also have those people who just killed like any other hospital, like Kenyatta Hospital, Nairobi Hospital, all those, we have everything that you want to have. It's a full circle. If you want to grow, if you want to know, if you want to see, you will see it all in our facility. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Rose. And, I just wanted to reemphasize, with us, it's a family. And you also, through Rose, Marcelina, Dr. Lambo, they have a Kenyan connection of folks in Alabama. And that's where you have a support system to help you work things out with your children, getting them into the proper schools, helping you to get to work, and things like that. So they will help you navigate and get used to life in the United States. But we are definitely a family to help each other out. And I did want to reemphasize, the pay and the benefits is going to be the same of what my nurses make and what they earn. And so, so I think that's very important. We have excellent health insurance. We have excellent dental insurance. We also have a retirement plan for folks. And we also have vacation days, sick days, and paid holidays. So it's the full benefits packages, and the pay is a good competitive wage, and where you would be able to support your family. And yes, if your spouse or your other family members would like to work with us, we do have lots of opportunities, whether it is in food service, if they've worked in a restaurant, if they've done cleaning, environmental services, or say if they are good at repairing or painting or building things. So, our locations are about 1 hour apart. So we have 5. So we're in Montgomery, Birmingham, Talladega, Albertville, Gunnersville. So it's about 1 hour from Birmingham. So anyway, we do believe in scholarshiping people. If someone comes over and becomes a certified nursing assistant, so that's at the first level. If they are a good worker, a good employee, they prove themselves, we will pay for them to go to school to become the charge nurse or the medication nurse. Then we can pay, if they do good there, we pay for their school to go to become the registered nurse. So we have lots of chances and opportunities. And if you do well at a medication RN nurse, you can become a supervisor like a Marcelina. Rose here works in an office. She takes care of patients, but she also assesses the patient and works on the finance side of the patient or the money side. So that might be interesting to some of you too. Okay. All right.
All right. Let me also say that we only welcome the people who are here in person. The first group, we had over 50 people online who are following us. And now we have about 40 or so people who are following us out there. So we have a big group getting this information. It's not just to these people here, but also people online. And the recording is going to remain in the YouTube on Dr. Lombo. We're going to determine how it's going to come out, and then you can go back and show to your friends. The other issue was school education. And Rose, tell us how school is there.
School here is not like in Kenya that you can take your child anywhere that you want. The school system here is determined by where you are staying, where your house is located. So if you're located in, I'll use the town in my country, like if you're living in Buruburu, you cannot take somebody in Kikuyu. Or Kireresho, yes. So that's how those systems are. So if you are staying in Buruburu, they have from K5, they have the middle school there, they have high school there in that one location. And that's where your kids goes. If you happen to move from that location to another location, you have to transfer your kids from that location to wherever location that you are going. So it is just the American system. That's how it is. One thing I want to point out, it is free. You don't have to pay. Your kids don't have to stay at home because you don't have a school fees. You will pay some few things, but it's not per se school fees. It's just for material things. Like I have a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old, so they are picked by the bus at just outside my door. So the bus pick them and drop them.
We didn't hear that. We didn't hear that. What happens with them?
Okay, I'm losing you.
You said you are 16-year-old. How do they go to school?
Bus.
Okay, they use a bus. The bus stop is just outside my house, so they just go out.
Yeah. Okay, we have lost you, Rose, but I heard you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear. Okay, go ahead.
So they use a bus system. So you go, you don't have to take your kids to school. The school bus come and pick them up from where you stay. They drop them and pick them up.
What do you pay for that?
It's all free.
These people don't look excited when you say it's all free. Look, how many people spend almost 40% of your salary on your children's fees? Okay, you see all those guys? They spend money to take their children to school. A lot of it, big percentage of what they earn. And here, you don't have to spend it. Just bring all of it to the Talomba, okay? All right. Right. So the school system, as she says, is determined by where you live. You cannot go to another area. It is illegal. You can be taken to court actually for that. Let me come this side. You have a question? Anybody have a question?
Okay, there are questions online, and I want Masiba to read.
What happens when one breaches the agreement before 3 years?
Okay, what happens when you breach an agreement? What happens here? Can you be taken to court? They don't take you to court? Oh, you pay, okay? If you breach the contract, then you pay, right? And you want to know how much? It's a lot of money. Mwangi, are you here? Oh, Mwangi was here. Oh, Mwangi left. We had Mwangi who took the test in South Africa, and he passed. He was in the first session. We paid $900 for Mwangi to go to South Africa and stay in a hotel for 2 days. $900 is very close to 100,000. So from almost when we were beginning, we've already spent a lot of money, and before even that, we have spent money on authority to test with Massachusetts or whichever board. Because once you pass once you get your CGNFS, there's some more money to be paid before we pay for your NCLEX. So by the time you start, you get your results, you have already spent 100,000 Kenya shillings, which is more than $1,000. And then there's more money to be spent with the attorney or the lawyer, they call them attorneys there. The lawyer who is going to work for your papers, for your green card, he has to be paid. And lawyers are not paid little money. They ask for a lot of money. And then after that, there is a processing fee for your visa while you are preparing to go. And then there's also your ticket to USA. What Ms. Tammy said was that we pay for you, the nurse, but not for your family members. So when you preparing for the test, just also start preparing for your family members. And who is your family member? Well, your family members, they are your immediate family, your spouse, and your children, unfortunately, under 21. Those are the ones who are allowed to come with you to the US. Over 21, then that's another different arrangement.
21 and below,
21, under 21. From to all the way to 21, those are allowed, under 21. Allowed to come with you there within the green card. And let me also say that your husband may be a professional. There are also other things he can do in the US. They don't have to feel that they're confined to come and work with us. No. If, for example, if one is an attorney, they can take the attorney's exam and they become a lawyer in the US. Just giving you examples. But can I give you a secret? The husband is a clinical officer. Tell him to start thinking of joining US and us. Medical doctor, you know what? For the first time, you are going to bring him to the US because for him to get into the system, there are several exams he has to take, and he needs your support while you are working for him to be able to take those exams, for him to join what they call residency. A residency is of course, after people graduate from medical school, then or school of medicine, then they go for maybe 3 years or 4 years. And that's what they call residency there. And for a Kenyan doctor,
You cannot go there and start practicing, no. And they cannot take the exam like you and they become doctors, no. The first thing is they have to go and become quote-unquote students, residency. I hope I'm answering that well. That's almost off my field, but I think that's the way it works. Yes? Teachers. What about teachers? You'll have to decide. Depending on what level that teacher is, if that teacher does not have a degree, a 4-year degree, I would suggest a career change. Nursing, okay? Nursing. ICT is good. That is, you're talking of IT. Those IT is needed even in a rehab select. I'm sure Chris can do with IT people. Accountant, unfortunately, what US does is they don't care what qualification you have out there. You have to come and take an exam and be licensed to work. That's why you're taking this exam, right? Everybody. So, but for people who are in high levels, like a university professor, okay, they don't call them professors here, they call them lecturers. Then those sons can come and maybe find their way into the academia, which that one I can advise on what to do. That's my line. Yes?
How will you be appreciated now that you say that you don't need our money, you just need our money? By us working there, you still pay us. So how do you make the equality fund money?
You're talking of Rehab Select? Okay, Chris, I think you need to explain this further. She's asking, let me speak a Kenyan language. What is our cut? We're spending all this money on these people. What are we getting from it? Please help us, Chris.
So we have a nursing shortage in the United States, and our goal is to bring hopefully 30 Kenyan nurses over. But right now there are not enough nurses to care for the patients in Alabama and across the nation. So basically we believe in providing good care, also a good.
Yeah, we're not getting you.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So basically there is a nursing shortage in Alabama, and we need nurses, and there just are not enough in the state. We have had very good experience with Kenyan nurses. Rose is a perfect example. Also with Tanzanians, such as Marcelina. We have some folks from Uganda that work with us. So we like this area of Africa. The people that have come to work for us have done a very good job, and they are very positive and very hardworking, and they're very customer service oriented. They treat the patient very, very well. So we would rather come to this part of Africa and recruit than other parts. Also other parts of the world. So we really have had a very good experience. Rose, as you see, has done very well in our company. She started here and went to here. The commitment, the dedication to the patient and to us has been, we've had a very good experience with Kenyan employees. We have a family that works in our food service, and we have met his sister that runs an orphanage just outside of Kenya. So anyway, so we like the Kenyan people, and we like the folks from the eastern part of Africa. I think the culture there is very good, and I think it fits well with the culture of our company. So that's why we are spending quite a bit of money. to train and develop and to recruit and to bring folks in, and that's why we're doing that. So we've had a very good experience with folks that live where you live.
Okay, thank you. Things clear now. Any further question on that side? Okay, here, let me just say, we are not discussing about how to fill in your form, your CGNFS form, right? You understand that? What we're going to do is the groups are closed for now, but we're going to open. And if you have a question, you have a problem, then you need to put your question on the group, and you find somebody else who has gone through the process will answer, will tell you what to do. But of course, if you have a policy issue and all that, you can come to me and I will answer your question. Right? Anything else we need to know? Yes?
About the study group. Can you join the study group before registering?
Okay, the question here is, can you join the study group before you get your results? Results for you registering? We are assuming that all of you want to come to us, right? Right? Right?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to invest in you. We want you people to start working on it. You are applying to CGNFS, and CGNFS is not going to turn you down. Everybody will go through because you went to schools and nursing schools whereby you are maybe recognized. One may have gone to Ngobo. Anybody know where Ngobo is? No? You don't know where Ngobo is? It's in Meru. Another one may have gone to Tumutumu somewhere. You know where that is? Somewhere in Nyeri, right? All these schools are known by CGNFS. So when you feel in that this is where you got your nursing training, they know. And therefore, if you passed, it's very likely or unlikely, let me use that, unlikely that you'll be turned down. So the question is, the answer is yes, because sooner or later, your CES, which is a report from CGNFS, will come, and that will allow you to go ahead and take the exam. So you can start the study groups tomorrow. All right, and we have questions there, Mosimba, on the line. Okay, so if there's no question, I want to take the meeting back to Chris.
I'd like to thank you guys for your time with us, and we hope that you guys are willing to give us a chance and invest in us. We would like to invest in you and help you develop a career and develop a very bright future, a very promising future. Alabama, United States, is a very good place to live. The weather is warm. We don't have any snow. We're close to the beach, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. I know it's scary stepping outside of what you're used to, but we have lots of people that would help you and make you successful. And I think it's a place that you and your family would enjoy to be. And anyway, but we've got a very good support group. Keep in mind, we are not a big corporation. We are a small family business. My mother and I and the folks on the call you see here, we've been working together for years and years and years. And we have a proven track record with folks from Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, that I think you guys would really enjoy being with us. So thank you again for your time. And if you have any questions, use the WhatsApp through Dr. Lombo, and we hope to see you in Alabama very soon. Thank you.
Amen. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. That's a surprise to us Kenyans. You're not used to that. Okay. Now, we want to thank you also, people out there who have been online. As I say, we are over 50 people online in first group. And the last time I checked with this group, we had about 40 people online. So I would say we have almost facilitated for almost 300 people because people are coming in and out. And this is more than we anticipated, Chris and Vivian. And I want to thank you for making this success. The next meeting is going to be in Mombasa a week from today. And we just want to give people confidence that we mean what we say. We had Mwangi here. We told him to do this, and then we're going to take him to South Africa, and we did. Now we're saying, okay, we're preparing for his papers for him to come and join us in the US. Thank you, everybody. We will walk out there and have some refreshments and have a great day as you go home. God bless. Hi, Chris. Maybe we may need to talk a bit. Can I join? Can I get maybe after 30 minutes another Zoom and we meet on the same?
In 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a few questions about Monkey and about the IT thing here which are doing, and we want this replicated in Mombasa. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me just the NCLEX books are not many. We give, for those who will be early, it is on first come, first served, but you have to have gotten your CES and you're signing a contract with us. That's the time you get the book. Okay. Right, so if you have questions, let's interact. You have questions for me, I'll answer, and then we'll be taking some tea. No.
Big wheels keep on turning, carrying me home to see my kids, singing songs about